Hi, my name is Charles JQ and I'm standing here at the model kitchen for the Keeley Condos, and it's my pleasure to introduce the Town and Terrace collection at the Keeley. Taz has a long track record of success. If you look at their past completed projects, their current under construction projects, and their future projects that are currently under development, you can see here on this map, they're located throughout the GTA in either AAA locations or great up-and-coming locations. And part of Taz's philosophy is to contribute to those locations by bringing these communities to market and building them out. For example, Taz built Dia Condos in 2007 at Yonge and Finch, back before Yonge and Finch is what it is today. The same can be said for Z Condos, which was completed in 2005 in King Street West, or M5V, also in King Street West. Kingston & Co. is another example. That was completed on Kingston Road. And Duke Condos, which was completed in the Junction neighborhood. Today we're going to be talking about the Downsview area and the current state of the market and all of the short-term and long-term future potential for anyone who owns at the Town and Terrace collection at the Keeley. Here's a view looking east over the Keeley, which is fronting on Keele Street, towards Downsview Park. And as you can see, this is a one-of-a-kind location right in front of the 9-acre lake. So this will be a 12-story high community with 363 units, and it's actually currently under construction. As you can see, Taz is building a park to the south side, which is being donated back to the city. And that park actually connects Downsview Park across the street from Keele Street to the ravine network at the back on the west side, which is currently off the screen. So you have unobstructed views in almost every direction, including the neighborhood to the north. Here's another perspective, looking from the opposite direction, looking west over Keele Street and towards the Keeley. So this is a perspective from Downsview Park. Now, Downsview Park is a massive 291-acre park, and it's not going anywhere. It's full of amenities. So it's a beautiful place to go spend the afternoon or spend a weekend, but you also have some of the largest sports and activity facilities of anywhere in the GTA. You can see here the callouts on the map point out some of these key amenities. Actually, on the far left of the map here, you can see the location of the Downsview GO train station and the Downsview TTC station, which is walking distance from the Keeley. You can also see here that we have go-karting, we have hockey arenas, we have rock climbing. Let's take a look at this slide here, which shows pictures of some of the very large indoor spaces that you have, as well as some of the great outdoor spaces that Downsview Park has to offer. Look at the ceiling height on the rock climbing, or the large farmers market. You have hockey arenas here. You have everything from roller derby and go-karting to a circus school. Even the Toronto FC soccer team trains here in the soccer fields. For years, the City of Toronto has been planning the redevelopment of communities surrounding Downsview Park. Here you can see a map of Downsview Park, the Keeley located right across the street, and you can see also in color mixed-use development, either in orange and red or in purple for employment lands. The orange and red is mixed use. Part of the plan here is to have 42,000 new jobs and residents. And all of those new jobs and residents are anticipated with only mid-rise and low-rise developments. So there's no high-rise developments that are in place here. You can actually see an outline of what is Downsview Airport on the right-hand side of this growth plan. The Downsview Airport actually puts a height restriction. So all of these new communities that are coming in around the park have to be low-rise or mid-rise because of that height restriction from the airport. The Downsview lands and the growth districts did not plan for the sale or the redevelopment of the Downsview Airport site. Now, with the decommissioning of the airport, you're also opening up those 5 growth districts for high-rise development instead of just mid-rise and low-rise. So the real potential for the Downsview neighborhood is not just the airport, it's the 5 growth districts as well, with the height restrictions lifted. So the Keeley Condos and the Downsview area is extremely well connected by transit. You actually have 3 subway stations in very close proximity, and you have the York University station as well. So that's all on the Yonge line. You have the Shepherd West station, the Downsview Park station, the York University station, and you have the Wilson subway station as well. So the city, again, is going to be looking at high density intensification next to those transit nodes. You also have very good connections by way of the highway. You have Highway 400 and you have the 401 highway as well. You also have the bus route that runs up and down Keele Street, and you have a future subway expansion that's planned along Shepherd Avenue West. In terms of commute times, you can take a bus from the Keeley and get to the Humber River Hospital in about 10 minutes. That's great because it is one of the most state-of-the-art hospitals and it's a big employer in the area. In terms of TTC, You could be at Spadina and Bloor in about 20 minutes, or you could be at Yorkdale Mall in 10 minutes from the Downsview station. And in terms of GO train, you could get to the Union Station from the Downsview GO train in about 20 minutes. Even with all of the construction that's happening now and the future development potential in the Downsview area, the Keele will forever have unobstructed views in every direction. As you can see here, you've got views to the south, the east, and the north. You also have an extensive green network of ravine to the west. So this is a west view here. You can see the aerial satellite image as well. You can see how much green there is on the west side. And our property is actually connected to the ravine. Now, Toronto is known for its ravines. Almost 17% of the land use area in Toronto is designated as ravines, and they're some of the most desirable properties in the city, but only about 5% of properties are fronting onto ravines. As you can see here, the Keele is among some of the top neighborhoods in the city, which are located next to ravines with some of the highest price points. These neighborhoods include Rosedale, Willowdale, Baby Point, Leaside, and the Kingsway. Taz's plan for the park to the south of the Keele was to connect people who wanted to walk from Downsview Park to the ravine network at the back. So you can actually walk from Downsview Park across the street into the small park on the south side of the Keele and then connect over to the ravine network. Here's another perspective looking north, showing that small park that Taz is building to connect Downsview Park to the ravine network at the back. One of the senior executives from Taz was flying home from Iceland and took a picture from her cell phone. Here you can see the location of the Keeley Condos from about 20,000 feet up in the air. You can see that the ravine network actually extends and touches the back of the property for the Keeley Condos. So from Downsview Park, you can walk through the small park to the south of the Keele all the way into the ravine network. And as a resident, the ravine is at your doorstep. You can actually ride your bike all the way up to York University in about 20 minutes through the ravine. So speaking of universities, you actually have a number of post-secondary institutions with satellite campuses located in the park. You have University of Toronto, you have Ryerson University, and you have Centennial College. Seneca has a campus located at York, and York University itself has over 50,000 students. That puts it into one of the top 15 post-secondary institutions in terms of population size in North America. So the international student population and the local domestic student population will both create an incredible amount of demand on the rental side and on the resale side for any of the owners at the Keele Condos now and in the future. York University is to the north, Yorkdale Mall is to the south. You're 10 minutes from the Downsview subway station to the Yorkdale subway station, or you're a 7-minute drive. Yorkdale Mall is one of Oxford's prime assets. It attracts 22 million people on a yearly basis. That's more than Canada's Wonderland, the CN Tower, the Harbourfront Centre, the Toronto Islands, the Toronto Zoo, the ROM, and the AGO combined. Oxford Properties is reinvesting in that asset over the long term by building out multiple 28-story high office buildings, rental apartments, and new condominium buildings. Oxford Properties' reinvestment in Yorkdale Mall will generate employment and new economic activity for the entire region and put upward pressure on property values for the entire Downsview Park area, including the location of the Keele. With regards to the resale market in Downsview, we've compared it here to the 416 average. You can see Downsview in red and you can see the 416 in blue. In terms of price appreciation since 2015, there has been a huge amount of growth, and the Keele Condos area at Downsview actually outperforms for every housing type except for semi-detached homes. We also studied the local low-rise market in an area surrounding the Keele Condos. What you can see here is that semi-detached homes trade just below 1 million, townhomes trade just over 1 million, and low-rise freehold detached homes trade for about 1.3 million on average. If you look at the Toronto Real Estate Board neighborhood communities and average pricing of detached homes, you can see that all of the neighborhoods surrounding the Keele Condos are all trading at around 1 million or more. Now, we also studied the number of transactions at condominiums that have happened with terraces, because our terrace and townhome collection has many terraces up to about 1,200 square feet in size. Many of them have outdoor gas connections as well. And what you'll find in the resale market is that only about 5 to 10% of condominiums that are trading in the Downsview area mention that they have a terrace. What you'll also see is that condominiums with terraces are trading at about a 20% premium over condos without them. Here's a rendering from our very large townhomes from our townhouse collection. that are between 1,000 and over 1,300 square feet in size. The maintenance fees for these townhomes are actually fixed at $399 per month, but you still have access to all of the amenities within the community. Here's another perspective of the first level of the townhomes. You can see there's a staircase going upstairs, and you also have a large outdoor patio space. Here's the second level of the townhomes. You can see the closets, the den space. Many of these are 2-bedroom plus dens or even 3 bedrooms in terms of the unit types. And just like the kitchen that I've been standing in front of for this presentation, here's another example of the design and craftsmanship that Taz is putting into the kitchens at the Keele. Here's an example of the design that Taz is using for the washrooms. People's first impressions when they visit a condominium is the lobby. So Taz has put the lounge right off of the lobby, which makes a huge entrance. You can see the concierge here on the left. You've got Keele Street straight out the front doors here, and then Downsview Park's in the background. Behind the lobby lounge, Taz has designed the media den and the library. Here's another perspective showing the lobby lounge, which is 2 levels high, and you have the library and you have the media room in the back. Taz has designed a family room, which is a great place to get together with friends, play games, to meet, to hang out with family, or for kids to go. And they've connected the family room with a catering kitchen to a large dining room that you can use as well. Other amenities here at the Keele include a pet spa and pet wash for people that are coming in with their dogs, maybe from the ravine, or they need to wash off their bike because it's muddy before they bring it into the building, as well as a large parcel storage room. Taz has also designed what they call the Sky Terrace. This is a private amenity reserved for residents at the Keele Condos that has a huge terrace. This rendering that you see here shows a west view out over the ravine, and you can see the fireplaces, the barbecues, as well as gardening plots that are available for residents at the Keele. For all of these reasons and more, the Town and Terrace collection at the Keele is an incredible ownership opportunity, and it's not going to last long. So if you have any questions, you can visit thekeele.ca. If you have any questions now, please feel free to leave them in the chat. Our team will get back to you right now. Thank you very much.